Hi, Leo. Thanks for stopping by. I'm trying to adjust my little footstool here just as I push the go button. Thanks for stopping by, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Thanks for stopping by for this timeless reading. We're going to look at what's been going on the last couple of weeks for Leo, and we're going to see where we're at today as a result, and then look at what the next 2 weeks has coming up. Kind of blending, see what we can prepare for that's coming in, and possibly pull in from our memories from the past what is also going to be very, very helpful. Now, as always, we are going to be asking for information from the original source, the original thought, and the original word. And this will filter in through to the Akash, and we are asking that all benevolent energies, entities, and beings in all dimensions, that they will help clarify what is going to be for our highest good, Leo. So let's get started. Yep, go ahead. Okay, we'll see where that goes. So last 2 weeks, where we're at right now, and the upcoming 2 weeks. And this is going to find you when it's going to be beneficial to you, and you will find it, and maybe it might be helpful to someone you know as well. So, Page of Pentacles. So this Page of Pentacles is able to move very quickly, make quick decisions, but is not quick off the mark. At least not on first blush or first appearance. It may or may not be money related, but it's a very grounded, earthy energy at this point. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's something that's like, yeah, oh yeah, I kind of remember going through, whatever your scenario is, and saying, I did take my time and look at that. I didn't allow people to get me to rush. I do have that, that easy to be distracted characteristic, as, some of us are quite literally a little on the squirrely side, especially with so much chaos going on, that we were able to stay very, very grounded. Maybe this is why. So as the Queen of Pentacles, we were very much in touch and didn't allow things to make us nervous, to get us to make rash decisions. We were very, very well grounded, and we were challenged. We were definitely challenged with getting some things that coming in our way. Holy cannoli. Very grounded. So, King of Pentacles. This has something to do with money. I don't know if it's an investment thing. I think that maybe it's all aspects of money. It doesn't speak to me regarding a relationship per se. It is that we are remaining irrespective of our fiery energy, Leo, that we are very grounded at this time. It's not that it's not something that we're having to have someone with us to tell us that, we were needing to be a little more staid and steady and grounded. We actually were being moderately challenged with some, panicky people, but we didn't allow them to get to us. So right now, I think this is because we definitely work-related, money-related. I just heard something about promotion, getting all the help that you need. This is not you, per se. This is you, Leo. You've got a lot of people working on your behalf when it comes to work, when it comes to whatever you consider to be like an earthly financial material bonus, benefit, abundance. Talk about a victory. You are in full bloom blossom. It's almost like when you're stopping by here, you're needing some sort of an affirmation of success, because it just kind of is. It just kind of is, and then you just stop all of a sudden and realize it's like, holy crap, you know, not in a panicky way, but in it's like it's like the light bulb goes off and you're going, wow, I've gone through a lot. I've managed extremely well. Look at all of the support I'm getting, and I am victorious in this. This is Six of Wands. Just victorious. And you know what? You're managing these assets that you've collected very, very well. You're tending them with great care. This is, wow, this is like really straightforward, Leo. Really straightforward. Look at all these pentacles. I mean, out of 6 cards, you got 1 wand, and it's like uber positive. All right. All right. I was like, so far, so good. The next 2 weeks. So this is what we got to prepare for, and not let it. We need to pull from this and be well founded in this, because something is going to try and fly in and take us out. There's going to be something that's going to say, well, look at Leo over there. They're, you know, just doing too good. You know, let's put a little sand in his Wheaties and see how Leo likes that, right? Nope, we're not gonna let other people even get close to the Wheaties, all right? We are going to be well prepared for who and whatever it is, because I feel like this is, again, you've got these 3 people here, and I don't know if we're going to get clarifiers as to whether or not these 2 are related, because you've got these 3 people helping, but then look at 1, 2, 3. You got 3 who are very upfront and honest, but then there are 3 more on the outskirts, and these are the jealous ones, right? And even if you look at the traditional 6 of Wands, those there, I kind of always felt that there's some guys kind of looking over that are a little bit jealous. So these 3 are going to be very supportive, and those that are not supportive are gonna show themselves. And it's almost like, that's not you. You're not the bird. But collectively they are, and they're going to sabotage themselves. You're going to have this amazing endurance and strength. So whatever your strengths are, bolster them now. Be well prepared. And this, it's almost like you won't even hardly notice them, right? You're not going to even hardly notice these 3. Yeah, and it's going to take a great deal of temperance. This is going to not only take temperance, this is something that we all are going through to build temperance. You know, these people that could be hot and cold, people that are there and then not. That's not these 3. It's the other 3. Right? And there's actually 1, 2, 3, 4 there. So there are even some that are uncounted. There are those who are uncounted. They are going to be the ones. Ah! So if you think about it, this guy's kind of off. Kind of wandering off. These 3 are together. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's going to be a 5th one that's not even in the picture, and they are going to be the ones left out in the cold. It's like this isn't even going to phase us, but the only reason it's not going to phase us is that we're going to be well prepared. We're going to be well tempered. We're going to be well prepared for what's coming, for whatever that energy is. Let's see, what else? What else is going to be helpful? Because the last couple of weeks have been pretty stellar. And then even how we're feeling now is really comfortable and really like, we got this. And it's not that that's not true, but we now are in a position to bolster all of this by pulling in the strength, making sure we're well balanced, and also making sure that we are well prepared for some of those who might disappoint us. Yeah, I mean, it's like kind of acknowledging it. We're going to be acknowledging these individuals, not necessarily outwardly, but they are going to be acknowledged. And not just by you. I think others are going to pick up on these people that are going to try and come in, and these situations that are going to come in, and people are going to be. This one kind of popped itself out. A couple of them here. So, all right, yeah, there are those who are going to just kind of come in and try and take over, and I think that they're trying to be stealth about it. I don't know which one of these. This one feels like it's going to try and wander off. And there's a fifth one that's not quite manifested or revealed itself to you quite yet. And this is the world. So this is stepping through and bringing something to fruition. And that's this right here. This is going to come to fruition, and it's going to take you to the next step. This is whatever this it's not really turmoil, but this thing that you've prepared well for is definitely going to be taken care of in the next 2 to 3 weeks. We don't really see what that is. It's still a bit of a mystery with the moon. But again, also, this is about integrating our own light and dark. So we might want to look at some of the things that we could use from that so-called shadow self and learn from it, and how to get a better acclimated and stronger. Because if you're going to have all of one and not the other, then you're going to be out of balance. And it's going to be weakening. We don't want that. I don't know about you, but I don't want that. Yeah, Four of Swords. So this kind of speaks to me that this is with this, right? It's a mystery, and you're going to have some dreams, a dreamscape. It's going to manifest some of the answers to maybe some of the questions that you've had. I'm going to put this over here. These are all kind of related right here. Page of Swords. All right, well, Page of Swords, she's not quite ready to pick up her sword, but if she absolutely has to, she's going to be prepared to do so. This is Leo. And this is why there might be a little bit of a maybe, oh, I coulda, shoulda, woulda. Don't do that, right? Let's try to avoid that. So, yeah, she looks like she's ready to pull that sword out, but she's not going to, right? The answers to this, all of this, I feel like it's going to be either in meditation or in a dream, so make sure you're keeping your dream journal up. Resulting is going to be 9 of Pentacles. So when we're pulling all of this together, this is what we need to be remembering, right? I have never seen so many Pentacles, right? And it's all going to hinge on these thoughts and words and being really solid. And I feel like that this lady here, this Queen of Swords, has a lot going on for her and is going to be working with what you already know, have experienced. This is Leo right here. And this is all gonna blend into here, and it's gonna help with whatever this issue is that's going on. With these unknown, I mean, there's always that unknown thing. And you know, I recently had something that I didn't expect someone to react the way they did. After discussing, you know, having a discussion, they kind of went off the rails. I mean, I felt physically challenged, and it caught me off guard. And you know, I was in one of those humana states, and I kind of thought back, and I had to laugh at myself and say, you know, that's because I wasn't prepared. And this is all about having that mindset of preparedness, because that's what builds that temperance and that strength. That strength card is here as well. So what else, Kim? can help us. I don't know about you, but I don't like being unsettled like that. And you know, when you laugh, that's actually a stress reliever. So if you just had a really stressful situation, man, that's the best way to get rid of the anxiety and I did. Not right there, but yeah, I had to wait till I was like in the car and kind of started to process things, and I just thought, not laughing at myself, laughing with myself, because it was just one of those things where you're not prepared. It's kind of like seeing the usually like the little old lady slipping on a banana peel. You're probably smiling right now. Yeah, and it's that kind of thing. It's like you did that little skid, on the banana peel, and you overcame it, and it's like, okay, I can do better. Oh golly. Yeah, it's a temptation. Oh my gosh, it's definitely a temptation, Leo. There's going to be a temptation to just kind of say, bag it and get emotional over it. Don't get emotional. Don't get emotional. Don't do what I did. Don't do what I did. Yeah, very grounded. And I really feel like that this is somehow work-related, career-related. If you are retired, it's whatever you do on your regular daily that is part of your routine, and you got this. Oh my goodness, because I can see this already, but it's like you got this. It's seated, it's sealed. But don't forget, we still have that temptation of forgetting about how awesome we are and how grounded we are. We forget that, and it's going to give us a little shake. It's going to give us a little shaky quakey. I lived in New Zealand for a while, and everybody would say, oh, they had a lot of earthquakes. Yeah, they do. The ones that really bothered me the most were the little ones, because I could feel like the ones in the threes, and it would be like something hitting at the triangle right at the base of your spine. It would shoot right up my spine and slap me in the back of the head. And it's like, this is not the funnest place for me. So this is going to be, and you can't predict them. You cannot predict those quakes when you're just carrying on with your daily life. So be prepared the best of your ability. Don't get complacent. Remember your strength. Remember your temperance. Remember not to be succumb to temptation, and also integrating the mysteries of you. That's going to be like a big part of it. All right. This is definitely going to seat the idea of career and money. Maybe we'll get some really good clarification on this, and maybe from a practical side, because it feels like there are a lot of moving parts to this. It feels like there's some complicated relationships that are going on, that maybe you are involved romantically with the people that have some ties to your, not necessarily, I could say finances, but directly with how you manage your finances. Yeah. All right. Oh my gosh. Another tower, guys. Another tower. Right? That's an Eiffel Tower like thing. All right. So this is not this tower. It's almost like people think of the tower, and then this tower, there's a lot of hot wind. There's a lot of hot wind in this. Temperance. Earning power, building a business, sound decision, corporate job, power. But it's going to feel like an unstable position. And it's not. It's the stability that we're gaining. Worry-free finances, money in reserve, excess, executive, sales, planning, and a hidden talent. Again, I'm getting hidden talent a couple of times already and on other readings, and there are a lot of things that we are tapping into, and sometimes when you give a little shaky quakey, it will uncover some hidden talents. And I tell you, this is like, how can you not have a worry-free financially when you've got all these pentacles here? Feather, abundance, easy money, divine intervention, light work, air-related, undecided, and travel. So get out there, Don't do any unnecessary travel. I don't know why that's being, I don't see, but it's undecided. If you are unsure, don't do it. I guess that's kind of it, right? Yep. And abundance. Things will come to you. Things will come to you. That's the divine intervention. Things come to us, Leo. Things come to us, and this is the true treasure of abundance. Surprise. A pleasant surprise is waiting for you. And I don't agree with this. We will not miss it. If this is something you feel like you have missed, it was not meant for you, and the surprise is yet to come. A pleasant surprise is awaiting you. So that's why I don't feel like this tower is unpleasant. It might make you uncomfortable, but the outcome is not unpleasant. Let's get a little clarity on maybe on a spiritual aspect of how we can manage some of these. This is pretty financially tied here, you know, money, career, investments, asset-based, just saying. You know, there's a couple of towers here and they don't represent anything that's negative. You know, when I see that tower card, I see something that is being shaken up with the breeze blowing. And this tower is about all positive, earning power. And you are protected. So be confident, be self-assured, remember your strength, remember your resources, and they are, if you feel abundant, get ready to be overwhelmed with abundance, and in a good way. Surprise! Things fall apart. Well, when they fall apart, just like in this tower, when things fall apart or fall away, with that shake, they kind of reveal, they reveal some of those hidden assets. And, you know, this is not necessarily a physical thing, but this is something that maybe we're going to be able to manifest more easily. So be patient with yourself. Be patient with the universe. Be patient with yourself when you are, because this is like an integration thing. It's integrating a lot of different things. And again, don't forget, part of that integration is in our sleep time. It's in that astral plane where you are going to be going through some of those problem-solving areas. A couple of different theories on what a dream is. You know, if you can wake up and you have something manifested physically on your body, wasn't it Jacob that wrestled with the angel? Messed up his hip, didn't it? It messed up his hip. Let's get a little more clarity on what we can look forward to from the next 2 weeks coming in, because we're pretty solid from a financial and a career standpoint and an asset standpoint. Holy crow. All right, so because we've got such really good foundational information here, we're going to find ourselves in that spirit of place. And she's got a lot of butterflies. They're hard to see, but there's all these butterflies. I know there's a big one on her face, but they're all around her in the different plants. Those are actually butterflies. And those are the hidden assets. The feathers, the wings, the goodness. Things are going to thaw. You're going to thaw. You're going to thaw out, because right, some of those ideas, when that ice melts, we're in this deep freeze, we're in this area right here. This is where those ideas are going to come from. Set your intention and be careful. Be careful what you wish for, man. You are in a really powerful position. You know, not really a make-a-wish. This is about setting an intention and maintaining that resonant energy. This is what's going to successfully manifest all this, in addition to this is solitude. So that solitude is going to manifest here in that dream state, And you might have to maybe take a quiet staycation or a quick vacation. Man, a lot of knight cards. Again, more wings, an owl for wisdom, knowledge, and it's like listening to that small voice, listening to your inner voice. And there's a little pinpoint on that planet right there that it looks like it's almost like a vortex. And it's not necessarily that you are going to get sucked in, as you are going to go in to examine and explore, but it's not something to be feared because you are protected. That's why it's going to be important for you to set your intention. Set your intention. That's going to thaw the deep freeze. That's going to uncover those ideas, the path. It's like the path will be made clear. All right, what's some sacred geometry that's going to help Leo pull together what they've experienced in the last 2 weeks, and what are some of the things that they're going to be experiencing that they could pull in with some heads up information. Yeah, that's gonna really help manifest those things that's, you know, because when you are benefited, we're all benefited. That's why I say that it's for the highest good of all, and it's for all benevolent energies that are giving us this information. Leo, very powerful, very, very stable feeling. Very, very stable feeling. A couple of towers, but not the traditional, not in the traditional. Miracle, wow, yep, surprise. Set your intention now, all right? The frequency of miracle supports our belief in ourselves as part of Source, and therefore our belief that anything is possible. Faith of a mustard seed, the mountain will move. And that may or may not, that's a metaphor for maybe like your internal dialogue not being the best. And that's what's going to manifest the miracle, is when we can disband that, right? And it is a healing process. The frequency of healing supports our intrinsic ability to restore our health and wholeness by consciously using the information that comes to us through our senses and harmonizing everything accordingly. So what I would like to ask you to do is make sure that you are able to stop that, take an image of that, meditate on that. These two frequencies, you know, both the miracle and the healing, right? Miracle, healing. And I believe that was it. Thanks so much, Leo, for stopping by. I so appreciate your likes, shares, and subscribes. And I guess I will see you on the flip side. Bye.